What's up guys, and welcome back to another Pokémon Mega Evolution Alpha Sapphire video covering some more possible Kanto Pokemon Mega Evolutions for the remakes. Yeah, I guess I can explain now. Some of you have been saying, why are we doing Kanto ones, I guess. It's because the region with the most Mega Evolutions at the moment is Hone already, so they might not just give them to Hone Pokemon, they might give them to Pokemon other than Hone, so that's why I'm doing Kanto, and I'm going to do Johto and other regions as well. But as usual with these videos guys, please let me know what you think of the sets down in the comment section below. You know, whether you would change any of the ideas I have, whether you would add anything else, or even just in general about what you think about the Mega Evolution, whether you think it'd be possible or what. So, without further ado, let's get on with today's episode, and yeah, let's go. Okay, so the first Pokemon we're looking at today for this episode is Nidoqueen. So we're looking at both a Mega Nidoqueen and a Mega Nidoking rather. So, you know, obviously I'll cover Nidoqueen first, and I'll cover Nidoking in a second. I've chosen to. I think if they give one a Mega Evolution, they have to give them both because they are linked in a way. And I think if they do it, one will be defensive, one will be offensive. And I think Nidoqueen will be the defensive one because Nidoking just seems more offensive. If you guys get what I mean by when I'm saying that. Anyway, so let's look at Nidoqueen. So it's a poison ground type, as you guys will know. What would a Mega Nidoqueen look like? Well, this art here I have here isn't exactly what I think, but basically a Mega Nidoqueen would just bulk up a bit, you know, get you know, a bit more bulky around its sort of its chest, its stomach, abdominal area. Arms maybe get a bit bulkier, legs certainly get bulkier, tail maybe a bit too, head as well, maybe just sort of bulkier, just getting bigger generally. Nothing other really changing apart from that. But as you can see in this art here, it has longer claws, you know, some spikes on its knees too, and other small adjustments like that. I wouldn't think it'd get stuff like that because, obviously, as I said, I'm building a defensive set for Nidoqueen, whereas I'm building an offensive for Nidoking. So what would I see Mega Nidoqueen's typing being? Well, I'm keeping it Poison Ground type. It could go to Poison Steel, it's a possibility, it's always a possibility, or it could go to pure Poison, just to sort of, you know, get rid of some of its weaknesses sort of thing, especially if it's bulking out. But I'm keeping it Poison Ground for the purposes of this because I just feel like it's likely. I just feel like it's the most likely option. As I said, Poison Steel is very likely, but a lot of people don't like me putting Steel on Pokemon when I Mega Evolve them, because it seems to do it a lot, so that's why I haven't put it there. But it could also go to Poison Rock, maybe, if the ground on it hardened up, I guess. Something similar to that, but you guys get what I mean there. Stat change eyes for Mega Nidoqueen. As I said, because we're building a defensive set, we need a boost in defense and a boost in special defense, which will make a lot of sense because then it's just going to be able to bulk out a bit more and, you know, generally just stuff like that. Nothing else, you know, it's just going to be bulky. It might lose a bit of speed, or it might like just not change in speed at all. We can assume maybe its physical attack would go up in this case, whereas Nidoking is a special attack, and maybe Mega Nidoqueen will be based around physical attack maybe, but the boost in attack and special attack, if anything, won't be much at all. Speed, as I said, might go up, it might even go down, which would be nice because then it can get a bigger boost in defense after losing some speed. And as I said, we're building a bulky set here, so it's not like we're going to be needing the speed really. So yeah, that's pretty much a stat changes for Mega Nidoqueen because we don't need much else apart from just bulk up generally. Ability wise for Mega Nidoqueen, either it could carry over its hidden ability, which is Sheer Force, which negates side effects moves but powers them up, so stuff like Flamethrower is going to get powered up, Ice Beam is going to get powered up, stuff like that. The only problem with that though, for Mega Nidoqueen, is obviously, as I said, we're building a bulk set rather than an offensive set, so we're not going to be using moves a whole lot, so it's sort of, you know, we're not going to be focusing on getting the power off, so whether the Sheer Force boost is actually going to be helpful at all is up for discussion, or up for argument, I guess. I'm not sure, whatever you guys want to use for that term there. So the other idea I had for an ability for Mega Nidoqueen was sort of, you know, the fact that it's a ground type, which is similar to Rock and Steel, is Filter, because obviously then it's going to be able to take more, I guess, bulk and stuff like that. If you guys get what I mean there, it's just going to be like water. If it stays as a poison ground type, water is going to be super effective against it. So for example, Filter is going to reduce the super, well, it's going to ignore the super effectiveness pretty much, and it's going to take neutral damage from water instead, which is quite good because it means it loses its weaknesses pretty much, which is very nice indeed. Obviously only 4 times weaknesses it has, which I don't think it has any of, but it could if it changed types possibly. Any 4 times weaknesses it had, we're down to 2 times weaknesses, which is still pretty good, so it's not like it's bad at all. Filter is a pretty good ability, especially for a bulky set that you're trying to build for a Pokemon. That's pretty much it for Mega Nidoqueen though, because it's a basic, yeah, bulking up, defense and special attacks go up, ability. maybe Filter. I couldn't think of anything else apart from Filter and Sheer Force. Sheer Force just because it's the hidden ability, and Filter because it's going to help bulk out. I couldn't think of anything else. Possibly Poison Point because that might work, because obviously if you're bulking out, you want to be good against physical attackers, you know, getting them poisoned and whatnot. But that's another possibility there. So let's move on to the next Mega Evolution we're looking at today, which is Mega Nidoking. So everyone knows about not Mega Nidoking, just normal Nidoking. You know, sort of exactly the same as Nidoqueen in some aspects. I think there are some different stats there, some sort of stats, base stats are up and down, whatever. Same typing there as Poison Ground. Nidoking is also purple rather than Nidoqueen's blue. What would a Mega Nidoking look like? It obviously, as I said, we're building an offensive set of Mega Nidoking, so this isn't exactly what I'd say it as, but this looks very cool indeed. The horn on the top of his head is now curved into a sort of, it looks like a scimitar almost, which looks really cool. It's got spikes over its body, it's sort of built on spikes that are already there. It's got a nice clean metal scythe on the back of its arms, as you can see, which is, I think is originally there already, but it's sort of, you know, more smoothed, I guess, more put into a blade shape. Obviously then we have spikes on its knees too, and then the claws are similar to Mega Nidoqueen's claws, in the fact that they sort of, you know, they're made larger, they're made more like sharp, whatever. And also, its chest plate has also changed slightly, and we can assume it's sort of hardened. So typing wise for Mega Nidoking, I'm keeping it Poison Ground again, but it could very easily change to Poison Steel, especially if the building on the blades on its arms and sort of the chest plate on its chest, if that goes any further, it could be classed as a Steel type as well, Poison Steel rather than Poison Ground, just because of how much sort of metal it's gaining, I guess. But as I said just now, Mega Nidoking's stat change wise, I see its special attack and its speed rising because it can be faster, especially if you see it in its mega form here. It's also slimmed down a bit, it's not as sort of big as it was, or at least it's gained longer legs and stuff like that in general. So special attack and speed would rise. It could become a physical Mega Evolution as well, so the other possibility, especially if they build on the blades a bit more. But yeah, obviously that's up to Game Freak really. I would see it's being special attack, you know, because Nidoking is special attacking anyway, so really it's a toss up. You know, they might go and bring attack up, or they might just keep special attack going up itself. Ability wise for Mega Nidoking, like Mega Nidoqueen, I thought maybe just carries over Sheer Force, which is a very good ability for it already. However, we obviously can't have it holding a Life Orb for Mega Nidoking, because you have to hold the Mega Stone, so you're not going to get the sort of the Life Orb boost about the health reduction there, I guess. But it's still pretty good, because then you could, obviously, depending on how much its stats raised by, it could be more powerful than a Life Orb anyway. So, and also you get defense boosts too. So really it depends on the stat changes there. But Sheer Force could be pretty good still on it. And then we also have, the other one I chose was Adaptability, because, I don't know, it just seems like a Pokemon get Adaptability. Now, obviously we get Stab from Poison, and obviously Ground or Steel type moves, we don't know. If it became a physical Mega Evolution, it could use Earthquake Stab with Adaptability Stab, or it could use Earth Power Adaptability Stab, so they're both very powerful moves, especially with that Adaptability there. And that would be a very, very viable ability, I think, for Mega Nidoking, at least in my opinion. I don't know what you guys think of that. You better tell me down in the comment section below what you think, because, well, I want to know what you think, pretty much. So, that's pretty much it for Mega Nidoking again. Very similar, like, very simple set again. Boosting special attack and speed, same typing, and then Sheer Force or Adaptability for the actual ability. So let's get on to the next and final Pokemon for this episode, which is Mega Clefable. Yes, so everyone knows about normal Clefable. Now a pure Fairy type in Generation 6. It just used to be a normal type, and now it's a pure Fairy type. What would Clefable look like when it Mega Evolved? Well, this art's pretty decent here. It's slimmed down a bit, and the wings on its back have sort of come out, spread out a bit more, and it looks pretty cool actually. And its tail has sort of now gone, obviously it's jumping in this art, but the tail is now down below it, which looks really cool. I like it how it's slimmed down actually. It looks a lot more agile, so it could actually get like a proper speed boost or something as well. Typing wise for Mega Clefable, I would assume it just stays pure Fairy type. I saw some people saying around on forums and whatnot, saying it could be a Fairy Flying type, which is a possibility, because looking at its wings there, if it looked like that, Fairy Flying is a possibility, but I'm not sure on it yet, to be honest. Statues wise, this time here, I've put special attack going up, and then defense or special defense going, or defense and special defense going up, but not by much, sort of like equal, low amounts each. But just to get some more bulking defenses there. As I said just now though, it could be a proper special attack and speed set, just being really fast, really hard hitting sort of thing. so that would work quite well. As either one would work quite well, to be honest, because Clefable is usually used as sort of bulk nowadays. So if you gave it an offensive Mega Evolution, it would probably lose some of that bulk, but then it would gain a lot of power, I guess. Whereas if you gave it a bulky Mega Evolution, obviously it's bulky Mega Evolution, and it's going to be quite hard and challenging to take out, and obviously people have to develop new strategies to take it out and whatnot, because yeah, generally. Now, the only ability I thought of for Mega Clefable, or well, the only reason it seemed reasonable, it could have Magic Guard, which, especially if it's being bulky, Magic Guard is not really brilliant, because then Toxic, Burn, whatever is going to get bounced back, which is not brilliant. Or not Magic. Yeah, Magic Guard means they don't take any damage from it, so not bounce back, just don't take any damage from it. Magic Bounce, also possibility for Mega Clefable, but I don't think so. I chose a Pixelate for Mega Clefable's ability, actually, changing normal type moves into fairy type moves, which sort of makes sense since in Generation 6 Clefable turned from a normal type into a fairy type, so Pixelate is sort of like Clefable's ability, I guess, if that makes any sense. But obviously that would be quite helpful to use with any normal type moves it gets, and just allow it to be a bulldozer to any dragon types or dark types it may have to come across and just take out and everything like that, yes. And that's pretty much it for the Clefable set, to be honest, because there's not much else I can say for that thing, because it's very basic again, there's not much detail to go into, I guess. So guys, that's pretty much it for this video. If you enjoyed it, please let me know down below about all the sets, and also drop a like on the like button if you enjoyed the video too. And I guess I'll be seeing you in another of these videos, if you guys are watching them, of course. But yeah, I guess I'll be seeing you next time, guys. Tell me what you think about these Mega Evolutions down in the comment section below, and I'll read them through. And I guess I'll be seeing you next time, guys. Thank you for watching. Goodbye, my friends.